Hello everyone and welcome to my first YouTube video. Hooray! My name is A.B.W.L, don't ask what it stands for, and I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about Minecraft, knowing its versions and everything that you need to know about the game, not the gameplay though, not the differences. If you want other videos about those, I'll mention them later on the video, but right now I'm going to show you a bunch of gameplays, probably a bunch of PvPs, that you don't get tired while you're watching this, as I give you the information you need to have for the game and for you to potentially enjoy it while you're playing this game. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. I'm guessing some of you, when you were a child, you used to play with house building toys and building blocks and educational constructor or even Legos to create your own imaginary buildings and structures or cars and big machines. But you probably have faced a tiny problem, which is that you sometimes missed a couple of pieces to finish your artwork. You're asking, what's the point of bringing this up? Well, my goofy friend, it's because Minecraft is your answer. A game of infinite wonders and possibilities, where you can build unlimited creative buildings, structures, cars, and everything you ever wanted to build, but you couldn't build it in real life. Let's begin this journey with the game's versions. There are a lot of Minecraft versions that I don't want to list them all because I'm lazy. But the most popular ones are Bedrock and Java. Java is available for mostly PC, which is Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and etc. Bedrock is available for Windows 10, Xbox, and Android/iOS, which I'm currently playing on Android version, which is known as the Bedrock Pocket Edition or simply known as PE. Java Edition is more known for its modding capabilities, as it is way much easier and free to get modded resource packs and texture packs. Although for Bedrock, it is a more complicated process. I'm going to be more focused on the Pocket Edition rather than the other versions, because I don't have the other versions, obviously, to demonstrate the real difference. So this is the menu of the game. In the right down down corner, you can see it's my version. It's version 1.18, which is the latest update for the game. Then we, just like every other pro player, we hit the settings first. Accessibility, it does not really matter how to play. Make sure to read this because it's really good how to play, explaining everything like the basic stuffs, the first day stuff of like survival, crafting, play, and everything that you need to know. You can read this and you can know a lot of things about Minecraft. But after how to play, if you did not really want to read the how to play, you can just watch my videos, because I'm going to upload other videos about like survival things. So make sure to tune into the channel for that. For controls, of course, we have keyboard and mouse, which is for the Windows 10, but for the phone, I do not think it is possible. But if you can plug in your mouse and keyboard to your phone, I mean, good luck for you. But you also can attach your controller to the phone and use the controller instead of the touch. But the main thing is the touch controls that we're going to talk about. First thing is sensitivity, depending on how you want it to be, high, low, it doesn't really matter. It really is how you like it to be, how it suits you. Then spyglass damping doesn't really matter. Invert y axis is where you, if you move your screen up, your screen goes down, and if you move it down, it goes up. It inverts the way that you move your screen. I don't really like this to be on. And then the next thing is auto jump. I recommend this to be off. By default, this is on, as well as the destroy block vibrate. So turn the destroy block vibrate off, because we do not like vibrate every block we break, because we're going to break thousands of blocks, and this is a very annoying thing to have it on. But then why auto jump? Auto jump, I would say it's just for new players. It's not really a good thing to have for yourself, honestly. Like sometimes you jump when you are not supposed to jump, and because it's auto jump, it's not good, and it's better to control your jumps rather than doing it by the system. Then we have the split controllers. Controls, sorry. Split controls are is the crosshair that is in the middle of your screen. So you've probably seen like the people who have played on Java or like on PC. You've seen that there's like a crosshair in the middle of their screen. On phone, this is not a thing unless you turn this on. I have it on right now, but I will turn it off for now so you can see how it looks like when you play with normal touch. But then we have lefty, which switches the movement and jump button where they are into the other side of the screen. Swap jump and sneak, which swaps the jump and sneak button to the other sides of the screen. And touch only affects hardware. I do not know what that is. It doesn't really matter. Button size, so by default this is on 50. Let me get it. Yeah. So by default it's on 50, but I want to have good control over my movement and my buttons, so I put it on 100 because I'm playing on a phone. I'm not playing on a tablet. I think on tablet it looks ridiculously big, so depending on how you like it to be, how big you want it to be, you can just change it. But my recommendation is to put it on 100 if you are playing on phone. Then we have profile, which is your profile, obviously. But the thing that I'm going to talk about is the video options. So you have camera perspective. So if you want to go into like third person to have better view around of your surrounding, you can just change it from here. Unfortunately, there is no buttons in game that you can change your camera, which is a very bad thing, which I think they should add it in the game, especially to Pocket Edition, but it's just not there. So yeah, I guess that's a bit of a disadvantage. But you can change your camera perspective from here: first person, third person back, third person front, and then which mostly for the third person, the community says F5 mode. So we're just gonna say F5 every time I change my camera, I guess. And then we have hide hand. So you have one hand on your screen while you're playing the game. So these two options, hide hand and hide HUD, and even sometimes hide pepper doll. These three are for the if you want to like take a really cool and like clean screenshot, or you want to take a really cool video. If you want like your hotbar to be gone, your like HUD to be gone, if you want your hand to be gone, you turn these things on. You take your screenshot as clean as possible as you want it to be, but otherwise just turn them off. And hide paper doll. Paper doll is a little doll that appears on the top left corner of your screen that shows your skin. It's in front. It's the front of your like the front face of your screen, so you can see like what armor you're wearing or what you look like in the mirror. Like it's just like a little doll in the corner. And then we have HUD opacity, which doesn't really matter. So my FOV is on 80.40. It's on 80. It doesn't really matter. I can't really make it 80, like exact 80, but depending on how you want it to be, like this is my FOV. If you see this video and you see my perspective is better, turn it up to 80. Otherwise, have it on 60 because the default is on 60 usually. So and I usually have it on 80. 0.40 doesn't really matter as much as it's on 80. For me it works. Show auto save icon. So whenever you're on your world is going to auto save itself every, I don't know how many seconds, I think like 5 minutes or something like that. I don't think so. I think it's faster, like every minute. But if you want to know when your world is saving, turn this on, and there will be like a little box in the top right corner that will show up every minute. that shows you that your world is saving. And I usually have this turned off because I don't really think it's a really big deal. But you want to have the outline selection on. Outline selection is a little outline black line around the blocks that you can see later in the video, but I will recommend this on. It's better when you have the split controls on. You don't really see where the outline of a block is, and when you're trying to count the blocks, it's better to have this option on. In-game player's name, viewing, bobbing, camera shake, stuff like that. Usually these are turned on and off by the recommendation of your device. So my device is fine with all of these options being on. These are like more like with the like graphic options, and all the way down we can see render distance. It says 8 chunks. So what is render distance is that how big you want your world to render or like see. Mine is on 8, but I think 10 is the recommended one, but I would like it to on 8 because my game is more smoother on 8 chunks and I can see everything that I need to see. But if I needed to see the entire thing, I can turn it up to 10 or all the way up to 18. So I think on Windows 10 it can also go all the way up to 40, 80. I'm not pretty sure. I don't have the versions to see if it's correct or not. I can just look it up, but I'm lazy. So but right now my recommended is 10 chunks. On some phones it's 8, but I usually have it on 8 because I want all the frames that I can get. Then we have the audio settings that you can change the audio settings as much as you want. So I would recommend blocks and ambient environments to be turned a bit down, I would say, because as you can hear, it's a bit annoying, honestly. You can turn other things low as well, like hostile creatures, but I would not recommend this because sometimes you want to know if a creature is near you or not. The other thing is your storage. So make sure to always have your world on your external storage if you have the option. If you don't have the option, just like me, it's on application, which is bad. I'm going to pull up a video which shows the settings that shows up on your play button, the first tab you see. As you can see, when you see the first tab, usually this message appears if you had worlds on your phone that have disappeared. Otherwise, you should have this option that you want to change your storage location, which by default it's on application. And I've said this multiple times, but always put it on external. Always make sure to put it on external because you want to make sure to have a backup of your worlds in case you lost it, in case you uninstalled the game. So always make sure to put it on external. And if you happen to not have the external file, I'm going to show you where you can find it right here. So as you can see on my file manager, if you go to the Android file, you will see that there is data and MobiB and stuff like that. If you go to data, you scroll down and you find the com.mojang, then you will see the files. Go inside the files, and then finally you will find the games file. Make sure to have a copy of this on your phone, on your PC, I don't know, whatever. Make sure to have a copy of this file because it is very important to make a backup of your worlds, as you may just lose them sometimes. Maybe you're like updating your game or like uninstalling, reinstalling the game. You will lose your worlds if your storage is on application rather than external. And if you want it to be transported, don't worry. Once you log into the game, you will see the message that did your world disappear again. Turn it onto external, then copy the games file, just the games file. Then like it doesn't need to be the files. it has to be specific the games file. Copy that on the main part of your files, then the game is going to detect that, and then it will give you this message that we need to move your files to a different location on your device, and then you will start the moving process. It will move everything on your device, then it asks to exit the game for it to reboot the game. Once you rebooted the game, obviously you have every single world that you have worked on, so you don't need to worry about it. I've lost my world once, I've made this mistake once, and I don't want you to make this mistake as I did. So always make sure to have a copy, have a backup of your worlds. So yeah, make sure to do all that stuff. And as you can see here in my storage, it has all my worlds as I need them. And always make sure to make a copy of your world in your game. I'm going to tell you later in the video, but now let's go for the other things in this menu of the game. So there's a bottle in the corner of the left corner of the game. So when I click on it, it's achievements, obviously. So I have 36% done. I did not do all of the achievements. I was kind of lazy, you know. But I will make sure to put it on 100 if you support me on the channel by making sure to like the video, subscribing, and maybe commenting down below and sharing the video. I will be very, very thankful. And maybe with your support, I can make it to 100% of achievements, and I will upload the video how to get every achievement that you need to get. Now, with the, you can just read the achievements. It has an explanation like passing the time, play for 100 days. If you play 100 days on the on your world on survival, then you can achieve this achievement. Then we have the marketplace. So before marketplace, let's hit the dressing room. So as you can see, this is my default, not default, this is my skin. But if you want to make your own skin, you can come to this little guy in the left part of your screen, and you can see you can change its body, its style, and everything you want. But right now, and you can also import export skins that you have downloaded or created on your own by just clicking on this import option and letting your own skins or past skins to be on your game. And if you didn't really like that, then you can just make it on your own by just going through these options that are here. And then we have emotes as well. As you can see, I have some of them unlocked. Some of them are still unlocked. That depends on the achievement that I must get. As you can see, this item is unlocked by completing the Diamond to You achievement. And then we have the capes, as currently there is one free cape for everybody. But let me switch back to the, yep, there we go. This is my skin, by the way. And then after that, we're going to hit the marketplace. What marketplace is? Well, marketplace is where is being developed by the Mojang itself, and the company is working by it, and like in the Nux group. So they make worlds, skin packs, texture packs, resource packs, and like all the mods that you like to have or you want to experience, like everything that you like would like to buy, you can buy it here. But you know, I'm poor, so as you can see, it says you have 0 mine coins. You can buy mine coins. You can limit the amount of the mine coins that you can buy. So if for children, for your children, you want them to buy a specific amount of coins, so you don't want them to like spend a lot of money. But as you can see, it's, and you can buy worlds, you can buy texture packs, skin packs, and mashups, and everything you can. Sometimes there are also free worlds that you can like purchase, and that's a bit of a lucky, but you can just search it and see when they're free or they're not. And that's it for the marketplace, and let's hit the play button. So the first tab you're going to see is going to be where your worlds are. As you can see, I have 6 worlds, and as you see, I have a copy of every world I have created, no matter what. So I will recommend you, no matter what happens, make sure to copy your world before you hop in and before you hop out. Because copying your world helps you out a lot. Maybe sometimes you do something very stupid on your survival world, you die, you lose everything, and you just hop back into your copy and then you're fine to go. It has happened probably twice to me. I've died on my survival world, but I simply switched back to my copy and everything was fine whatsoever. And right here, if you hit the create new world, as you can see, you can create a new world or just make worlds that are here, featured marketplace templates, or you can just make your own world. So as you can see, I'm just gonna name this YouTube. And so the default game mode is on survival. Survival is obviously surviving and doing everything with the survival matters, and creative is where you are good. And when you turn it on, it says achievements are only available in worlds set to survival mode with cheats off. Cheats are also off, must be off. If you have cheats on, your achievements will not be earned. But for now, we're just going to demonstrate a bunch of things, so I'm going to set it on creative. But if you want to get the achievements, you have to have it on survival, you have to have the cheats off, and you must be online apparently to get the achievements. So yeah, make sure to make it on survival, turn the cheats off, which we will get to later. Difficulty is on normal by default. Peaceful is where no hostile mobs will spawn. So as it says, it's peaceful, everything is nice, nothing tries to attack you, nothing tries to kill you. So like literally nothing spawns, no creatures, no zombies, nothing spawns. But then as you hit it on easy, then they can spawn, and depending on what difficulty you are, some things that like spawnings and like creature, like the amount of creatures that can spawn are different depending on what difficulty you are. But most of the multiplayers and servers put it on hard because they want to get the maximum amount of spawning and the maximum amount of damage dealt to other players, so they put it on hard mode. And the world preference, so starting map and bonus chest, it's like for new players. So when you spawn in your world, you have a starting map and a starting chest, which is full with some food, some tools, some gears, maybe if you're lucky, a piece of leather like chest plate. But yeah, these are for the new players. If you're not really a new player, you don't need these to be on. But for now, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the game, so I'm going to turn them on. Player permission when joining from invite. So player permission means that every world can be a multiplayer. Every world you make. As you can see here, it says multiplayer. It's on now. If you turn it off, your friends can't join that world. If it is on, they can join your world and play together. And know that every world has up to 5 players to join. So you can play with 4 other friends on your world, and you don't need to make and like pay servers or anything. If you have 4 other friends that you would like to play with, then you can just create a world and then invite them to your world. So when you come to here, it says player permission when joining from invite. There are 3 options that you can choose. The first one is visitors. Visitors can freely explore your world but cannot interact with blocks, items, or entities. Trust players off. So this is for like those people who doesn't really trust their friends, who like they have chaotic friends. They like just go around and mess around with things, break things and stuff like that. So make sure to turn it on visitor if you do not want your friends or the people who are going to join your world to really interact with anything. Member is a normal player, can attack mobs, can create, break, and everything can a member do. Operator, do not put this permission on operator. The only operator should be just you. If you truly trust another person, give them operator as well, but do not put it on operator at all time, because if you put it on operator, they can use commands which they can also, well, do really terrible things. So make sure to put it on either member or visitor. It's operator is exactly the opposite. So make sure you put it on member or visitor. Operator is kind of the opposite of visitor, I guess. But then we have the world type, which is infinite or flat. So infinite is the normal world that you can see in the screen next to it. But if you put it on flat, it will be a flat world with nothing, no trees, no objects. It's just flat. So mostly use flat worlds for like testing things, like I don't know, redstone stuffs, or like you wanna test if you die to something, or you just genuinely want to just make something, and before you make it in a survival world, you just put your world on flat. Then there will be a flat world for you to play on. But usually put it on infinite. So seed, this is where you can type a specific seed. If you had a specific seed in mind, you can type in the number here, and it also has a search button. As you can see, there's a bunch of pre-seeds in this place, which you can just click on one of them, and then as you can see, this is a mushroom island seed. This is a mesoplet. This is a desert village, ocean monument, outpost ahead. All these good seeds. Let's go. Let's see. Coastal village, bamboo forest, abandoned village, desert village, snowy village. Let's go with the mushroom. Yeah, I guess that's good. So as you can see, it types in a specific seed for it. Then we have the world options. Friendly fire should be on at all time. Then show coordinates. Make sure to turn this on, because if it's off, you cannot see your coordinates. And let's be honest, sometimes we all just get lost, and we need to have these coordinates either on. You can just type it on chat, or just write it down somewhere around yourself. Always make sure to have the show coordinates on. The other things, don't really touch them. Immediate spawn. Why is it off? Well, you see, like when you die in Minecraft, there's like a really cool screen that says you died. Respawn main menu. Yeah. If you turn this on, that menu is gone, and if it's off, then that menu is there. I think it's a funny thing, and I don't want it to be on. The immediate respawn is not a really good thing to have it on. Vanilla experiments, holiday creator features. These are like additional graphic stuffs and like game tests and stuff like that. If you want to turn them on, beware that you cannot turn them off after the world creation. I honestly don't really turn them on. It doesn't matter really. So if you even click on it, it says that be careful. It's a feature under the development. It may cause some crash, break, or even not work with feature updates. So I would not really recommend these on. Then we have cheats. Activate cheats. So if you're on a survival game, if you're on a multiplayer game rather, make sure to have this on, because you just sometimes need to maybe teleport to your friend, or like teleport them to yourself. So make sure to have this on. The education edition is an edition where you can have a chemistry table and mess around with elements. It's really cool. If you're a chemistry kid, you can mess around with elements. You can like literally make water, but that doesn't really matter. I'm not really a chemistry kid, so we're gonna move on. Always day. So this option is usually used on worlds that you want to like do testing stuffs on it, as I said before. And by default it's off, because do daylight cycle is on. If I turned always day on, the other one gets turned off, because of course on a survival you want the daylight to be a cycle. Then we have keep inventory. So what does keep inventory means? It means that when you die, you will have your items. You will not lose them. If it by default it's off, you can have it turned on. Okay, it's okay to play with the keep inventory on. Some people may say that keep inventory on is for like noobs and stuff. No, it is okay to have this on. However, on multiplayers, I would rather to say that keep inventory is most likely to be off. So I'm just gonna turn it off for now, and I'm gonna use commands in game to turn it on again. and the other options are all on. And then the random tick speed, which is the tick speed of updating the blocks in a chunk. So every chunk gets, I think, one tick. For every chunk gets one tick for updating a block. And updating a block, it means like for a tree to grow up into a full tree, for like a tree sapling to grow into a full tree, or for a wheat seed to wheat seed sorry wheat seed to grow into like the higher level of becoming a wheat. And it's usually on one, and I would not really touch that. You can set it on, I think the most common one is on like 3, but like I'm not really gonna touch that right now. And then there's also resource packs that remember the things that I said about the marketplace. When you buy a resource pack or a behavior pack, you can have them right here added into your world. As you can see, my packs are nothing, but it's by the default global resources, their default Minecraft vanilla. But as you can see, you can just get more right here. There are a bunch of like recommendation, but there's also behavior packs that right now it's on default. And with that out of the way, we're going to create this world real quick. Okay, remember that I said you will start off with a map. As you can see, it says an empty locator map. When I hit the button create map, then there will be a map that is a level 4, I believe, or level 3, I think. That is very small, but it's very good for new players to like find their home if they're going to start a world. Oh, it's on survival, so okay, now it's good. Okay, it's good. So I'm going to use cheats. The cheats are on. So you see this slash like thingy in the corner here. This is where you can use the like most common commands, which is the teleport. You can teleport players to players. I just teleported myself. And then the time, where you can just set the time on any time that you want it to be. The weather on any type of weather you want it to be again. But the ones that right now, the one that I'm going to use is the slash game mode. Oh, I typed it completely wrong, sorry. Game mode. So slash game mode brings up the game modes that I can put myself or the players in. So as you can see, adventure, creative, default, survival. Default obviously is default. Survival and creative are the same. What is adventure? It was not in the list, but it kind of was. So remember visitor? That's adventure mode. You cannot break or place blocks, but you still can interact with redstone contraptions like pulling a lever or hitting a button or stuff like that. You cannot hit a player, I believe, and I think adventure is just an adventure. But right now I'm going to turn it to creative mode. And then when you type in creative, it says add A, which is all players, add E, all entities, add P, closest player, add R, random player, add S, yourself, and then you have your name. I usually use the add S, but if you didn't really want to use the add S, then you can use your own full name, which you have connected in the game. So I type this in, and then I'm in creative mode, as you can see. So that's the first command you've learned. And as you can see, this, if I can just go down. Hello? Okay. So this is the chest that I was talking about. This is the starter chest that you will get if you turn it on. As you can see, there are food, there are wood, there are some mushrooms, saplings, some starter things like a wooden axe, a wooden pickaxe. It's good for for players who are starting the game like from the very beginning. As you can see, I'm untouched, so the circle that you see on the screen is where I'm placing my finger. So wherever you place your finger is where it's going to move your screen around or hit. Like as you can see, I'm hitting this block or I'm breaking this block. But when you have it on, as you can see, settings, touch, split controls on. Oh, I have my auto jump on. Oh yeah, I was gonna say what it looks like when you do it with the auto jump. So look at this. So I did not press the jump button. As you can see, it did not highlight it. So it's jumping a little bit closer than you're going to reach the block. So as you see, it jumps a bit sooner than it should. But if I have it turned off, I've hit the wrong button. Uh, touch auto jump off. It will not jump, and I can completely touch the block that I wanted and then jump. What it does, it jumps here. Like if I go to it, it jumps like this. But if I wanted to like jump sooner or like completely go into the block and then jump, maybe I'm like trying to hide behind the block like this. I'm trying to like stay like this, but like look at something, it's just gonna jump. So it's not really a good option to have on, honestly, and I don't really like it. Another thing is that, as you can see, the split controls are on and there is a crosshair in the middle of my screen. No matter where I touch on my screen, it's going to move the crosshair. This is more useful for building and doing works with redstone, but it is not good for PvP. For PvP, I would like it to be on. Is it going to? Oh, I forgot to turn off the daylight cycle, which we can turn off by. I think it's this. Yes, slash always day true, and there you have it. And now it's never going to be night again. That is another command that you have learned. There are a bunch of useful commands that you can know, like I will say one more is slash kill. If you want to kill any players, any random things, especially the most I use is the add E, which stands for all entities. It means that every mob, everything that is in your world will die within the chunks that you are loading. Remember, within the chunks that you are loading. So if I have some like mobs and like pets over there, but it's not loading on my screen. If I put the slash kill at E, they will not die. But everything around, as you can see, a lot of things died, but that things that are there did not die because they are not rendered or simply not loaded in the game, so that the game thinks that it needs to kill them. I don't want to really like talk about the blocks in the game, so let's talk about the differences between the two versions. There are three big differences between the two, which are combat, fighting, simply, redstone, and placing blocks. So let's talk about placing blocks first. I'm in creative mode. I have a longer reach, but in survival, I think your reach is like five blocks further. But in creative mode, I think it's 10 or like something more. But in Bedrock, you can place blocks in whatever direction you're looking at. Like I'm looking at this direction, I'm looking downward, then it thinks that the block needs to be placed right here. So it places the block here. You can speed bridge with this if you have a really good pace of doing a sub. I'm not really good at speed bridging, so I'm good at it like this if I do it like slower. But if you want to like walk and just spam click, I'm almost made it. But yeah, speed bridging is a thing in Bedrock, but it is not a thing in Java. You see, in Java, you have to be like completely looking at the block that you want to place a block. So you have to be directly looking at this block right here, as you can see. So another useful thing for the crosshair is that you can really see tiny pixels and like place blocks where it is impossible to do with touch. So as you can see, my crosshair is looking at the direction of the block that is going to be placed, so it's going to place it. So in Java, they always bridge like this. They crouch, they go here, they look down, and then they bridge like this. Where in Bedrock, you can just go ham with it and just place blocks simultaneously like a maniac. Another thing is the combat, the fighting is very, very different compared to Java version. You see, if I spawn a cow, for example, if I spam click it, like as hard, like spam click is when you click fast enough, like really fast. So I'm gonna spam click this cow. It's gonna die with 2 hits because obviously it's a netherite sword. Let me get a wooden sword. Let me get a tougher thing to beat. What is beater? What is harder to beat? I guess a Vindicator can do it. So when you spam click in Java, like there's a little sword behind, like below the crosshair, that when you hit an entity, it will go down, and then it will charge up again. It's a cooldown for hitting things, which, oh my god, it's raining. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Another command, yes, yes, another command confirmed. So whenever you hit an entity one time, the sword's cooldown goes down and you have to wait till it charges up, or else you're not going to deal the same amount of damage that your sword is supposed to do. However, in Bedrock, it's a spam click. The faster you click, the more damage you do. So yeah. Yep, there we go. Let me spawn another one. So if I was to like hit this in Java, like simultaneously, I would have killed him way much later than I can in Bedrock. Also, another thing is that you can create attack. As you can see, when you jump, as you fall, remember, if I'm jumping and I hit him, he's not going to take the crit damage. See, he has not taken the particles. But when I fall, when I jump and as I'm falling from my jump, hit him, it will be a critical hit, which does more damage. So it matters if you're hitting something with a critical hit. Like this sheep is going to die with two hits. Sometimes it matters if you're like, I would say if it's a stone sword, it would have one shot at it. Like, let's see. So as you can see here, there's a sheep. If I spam click it, it will die from 2 hits. But if I just spawn another one, if I critical hit it, it will die with 1 hit, which means that I did more damage than I did before. I think this does 4 or 5, yes, 5. This does 5 hearts of damage, and when I critical hit the sheep, it does more damage. I'm not pretty sure how much. I think it's like 1 more damage, like 6 damage or 7. Another thing is that redstone, yes, for all the fans out there, redstone is different, okay? So next time you're watching a redstone tutorial, make sure to know which version it is on. As you can see, on Bedrock, this lever can only extend this piston, but in Java, it can extend both of them. I don't know how, I don't understand, but as I've been told, it's a glitch, and all the community calls it a feature, but it is a glitch, people. It is a glitch. It should not power both of them. I'm not sure if it's still there or if it is gone or if it is fixed, but I know that for a fact, if you pull this lever, this piston should be extended because Bedrock edition doing redstone stuffs on it is more realistic than Java. However, you can do whatever you want, but like the point is that the redstone is different, the farms are different. So next time you see a video of someone doing a redstone, make sure to know which version they're on. If it's on Java, it does not work on Bedrock whatsoever. It might work, but if it's like a simple thing. If it's a complicated redstone contraption, it's mostly not going to work. Also, this implies to farms. Some of the farms are different from Bedrock to Java. You see, like farms in Java that they use like specific patterns or like ways to do their farmings. It does not work in Bedrock. Simple, because it's redstone and mostly like the spawns of every mob in the game. The other thing that I want to point out while I'm here, look at the world around me. As I move very fastly enough towards this direction, the world is loading incredibly fast enough for me to see it. I mean, when I'm in the air, it's ridiculously on Bedrock is way much better than Java. Java cannot load your world this fast, this ridiculous fast, simply because Bedrock was mostly gonna focus on phones. So phones are like weaker compared to the PC, so they have to be more performance focused. So as you can see, it is ridiculously smooth on my phone. It's very nice. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm not gonna really upload anytime soon. I'm gonna record, but like video editing and stuff like that will take a bunch of time. So I don't know what to do with that. So just I'm sorry. I hope I could upload more frequently about Minecraft stuff. But anyway, if you want any specific video, let me know. Let me know down in the comment section. Okay, I'm kind of new to the YouTube stuff, so just forgive me for like being so funky and like, come on, give me a break, dude. Like, come on, it's my first time. Okay, it's my first video. I haven't done this. I mean, I kind of did this before, but like not really particularly in this matter. So forgive me. Oh, hey, hello. Yeah, forgive me for my creepy, weirdy video, but I guess that's the first thing for everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna upload soon. I'm not really sure when, but I'm gonna try my best to upload sooner. You know, they always say the sooner, the better. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff, you know, the usual. So, and please do subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Good.